Hey y'all, Shayla for Making Lemonade from Lemons, and I am outside and I have some things that I need to gather from the garden, but I figured I would bring you around and show you how much my garden is growing right now. So this is going to be my weekly garden tour. When you guys are harvesting your beans, you need to make sure that you are checking down toward the base of your plant every time, especially with bush beans, because the beans will hide from you. So you definitely need to check the base of your plant. You can see down in here, you see this bean? This bean was hiding, so a lot of times they will, right, like this one right here, they'll grow at the very base of your bean plant, even once they've started producing up higher. Actually, this is really my first real harvest from my top crop green beans, the ones that are green. These plants right here really just started producing. I have taken a few beans from a couple of plants. The red swan and purple, so my purple TP beans and my royal burgundy beans are in that bag over there. And this is my second real harvest from my red swan and the purple TP beans. So they're actually doing really well. I like to pick them young, and it seems like that the more I pick, the more they produce. I have my pink eye purple whole peas right there. And then this is where I planted my peppers. So I have, these are all banana peppers right here. That one is a shishito pepper. Those over there are jalapeno peppers. No, sorry, those are cayenne peppers. I have my jalapenos over here. Then these are bell peppers, and right there are the little ones that I planted. They're getting lots bigger. That is a mixture of arroz con pollo, buena mulata peppers. Over in that bag I have Pueblo hots and Pueblo mediums. Those are a hybrid. Over here I have my yellow monster peppers, and here I have Lacia and sheep nose pimento, and I forget the other one that I have, but that's over here. And then these over here are Jigsaw pepper and Hatch peppers. The Hatch peppers are also a hybrid, but the Jigsaw are not. And if you look really closely, I don't know if you can see that, but maybe you can see this right here. They have a purple and green leaf. It's variegated. I also planted this planter with, these are black beans, the black turtle beans. So I'm hoping to get a decent crop from this. They're a semi-bush bean. This is my other purple hull pink eye pea bed. I had some kale that has grown up in the bag with it. Those were volunteer kale. So I am going to harvest most of this kale so that it doesn't shade out my purple hull pink eye peas. But I'm really actually excited because none of my other kale really made it, so they all bolted. So I'm going to go ahead and get that harvested. These are my tallest sunflowers. Right here, this one, really, it should be opening up soon. And these are my nasturtium. Now those right there fell over, but they're still doing well. I have lots of different types. I've got the Bloody Mary nasturtium, I've got the Yeti nasturtium, And the Alaskan, that's what this is. It's a Alaskan salmon nasturtium, and if you see, it's got variegated leaves. So that's one of my favorites. But this is, it's really got very, very delicate flowers. And this is common vervain. So the scientific name is Verbena hostata, and I wasn't sure if it was going to grow or not, but it looks like it is really starting to take off. And then beside it are my calendula, and I have one that is getting ready to open up here soon. Okay, and then back in there I have some straw flower that I planted, and there's not very many of them there. I have a few poppies down here that have not really grown really big yet, so I don't know if I'll get any flowers from them, but we'll see. And then over here are my zinnias, and look how big they're getting. This is my sea of zinnias. I think that this is going to be one of the loveliest spots in my garden this year. As you can see, that one is actually getting ready to open up. So I will be having some absolutely gorgeous flowers in this area soon. Okay, so this whole area I just recently planted, and these are all sunflowers. So I know that they are planted close together. Part of the reason I did that was because I have squirrels and birds that have been excuse me, that have been coming through, and they've been picking out the seeds and cracking them and that kind of thing, and so I just wasn't sure how many I would actually get, so I seeded them pretty heavily. This area, this is actually a side view of my garden at this moment, and I am still in the middle of rearranging things, but as you can see from the last time that I showed you my garden last week, it's already had significant growth. So and we've already moved some things around because I did have peas in here. I've taken them over there for right now. I'm getting ready to pull most of them because, as you can see, I don't know if you can see real clearly, but there's lots of yellowing of the leaves. They've stopped producing very much, so I'm probably going to be pulling them soon, and that'll just give me room for something else. So let me take you down through my tomatoes. These first tomato plants here are my Amish paste, and as you can see, they're already blossoming. All of these are my Amish paste down through that whole row right there, all the way down to that container. They're all Amish paste. We decided this year that we were going to mostly grow Amish paste tomatoes for our paste tomatoes because they were our favorite. And so we were hoping that they do really well because they were just extraordinarily good tomatoes, and they were, for us, they could have been dual purpose tomatoes even though they were paste tomatoes. So this one and this one are Dr. White's or Dr. Witchy's, however you want to say it. And as you see, I do need to put some more soil around them, but they're growing very, very well. This one is a mystery plant. This one came up and it was just a volunteer plant, so I have absolutely no idea what this one is. This one is also a mystery plant because my children failed to mark it, and so or they lost the marker in it, one of the two. So so I don't know what that one is. It'll be a surprise. That one is a Black Beauty. It is the only one I have. I decided I was going to try that one this year. This one is a pink oxheart. It is small because I just really got that one planted. And then I have some Romas that are also small, and some pink bumblebee and purple bumblebee that are small. Okay, so this one right here and these two here are Italian heirloom, and those were ones that Jess from Roots and Refuge said were really good, and so I decided I would try them. They look very similar to me to Amish paste. And then right there, there, and there, those three are Abe Lincoln tomatoes, and I just heard really good things from them, so I decided to grow those. My pink ox hearts didn't do very well, but this is an orange ox heart, and this is an orange ox heart, and they look very good. And then right here, I have a Brad's Atomic Grape. I didn't really want to grow more of these this year, but my boys really like them, so I just wasn't impressed with them and had a lot of splitting. So I'm gonna hope to get more of these this year. This one is Cherokee Purple. It's the first year I'm growing those. I have not tried them before, and so I've heard lots of good things from them, so I decided to grow these. Alright, so this one is a giant Belgium, and as you can see, it looks really good, very healthy. This one is one that is supposed to produce tomatoes that are between 1 and 5 pounds. So as you can see, some of my tomato plants, and in fact quite a few of my tomato plant bags, need to have more soil put in around them, and then others need to be staked up. So that is one of the things I will be working on this week, is staking up my tomatoes. I'm planning on doing the Florida weave this year, so I'm really excited to get that done. So these are our hybrid Better Boy plants, and they're looking really good. The Better Boy tomatoes are a hybrid tomato, and they're an F1 hybrid that is very common here in my area. Hybrids actually do grow better in the south, but there are some heirlooms that do well. Here, my heirlooms for the most part did very well, but they weren't as prolific as our hybrids. So I always grow some Better Boy plants because they are so prolific. I haven't got these moved back around to where my other pepper plants are. These are Due d'Espagne, and they are supposed to be a very large type of bell pepper. And then I've got a bag of carrots here, and I've got a bag of carrots over there. And I'm going to need to get those moved around also. I'm going to have those moved over by my cabbages, which are down way down there where the peas are. So then I have in this whole, like I said, this whole area really is going to be redone. These two bags right here are cucamelons. I've got to get something in there to trellis them. As you see, they've already started putting out shoots. And then the next 3 bags are cucumbers. So they are a hybrid bush cucumber, and I decided to do that because they were in grow bags and I don't really have anything to trellis them with, but they did well for me last year, so I just decided I would grow them again since I had the seeds. Okay, so as you can see, there's my pineapple sage. It has gotten huge since I first planted it. This is my oregano. It's trying to go to seed, so I need to harvest from it again. This was my other bag of carrots that I need to move. This is regular broadleaf sage, and it is really growing well this year. My lemon balm is looking a little sad. It's not been tolerating the heat very well this year. So my mint also has not been tolerating it well. It looks good right now, but there have been days where it has just looked completely wilted. I've still got strawberries that are blossoming and making strawberries, as you can see right there. And then here are more, this is more of my chamomile. It's laying down over my strawberries, and I need to harvest some of those heads. My lavender is absolutely gorgeous at this point. It's really starting to blossom out. Right beside that is some of the bunching onions that I started from seed this year. These are like a red bearded bunching onion, and if you look inside this bag, you see right there, that plant right there, those are tomatillos. So I've got 2 tomatillo plants that volunteered inside there, and I'm going to leave one of them because I'll be pulling some of the bunching onions anyways. So I'm going to leave one of them and then transfer another one into another bag. That is rosemary that I grew from seed. It is so hard to get started normally, so I'm extremely happy about it. Okay, so in amongst all of these bags, I have what looks to be a huge giant mess. But okay, so I'm not sure how, like if you can really see that right there. Those are, this was my cilantro, and these are basically the seeds from the cilantro plant. So I was letting them dry out on the plant, and then I'm going to harvest them and take them inside. And these are my roselle, and they're growing beautifully. And if you see right over here, it looks like that they might have blossoms. I don't know if that's blossoms or more leaves, but I think they're blossoms. So they're starting to look really good. Then these are some more onions, and I need to kind of go around each one of those and move this around. As you see, they are bulbing. So my leeks are looking well, and so are these onions. These are ones early Texas grano. These are my king tut peas that are probably going to be taken up soon. They do have some new growth, so I'm going to leave them alone for right now, but I probably will be taking them soon. Then these are, I believe these are the Wanda Peas, and I've been using them for the shelling peas, so I haven't gotten as many as I would like. I probably need to plant double the amount that I did this year. My cabbages are still looking good. They're starting to get some yellowing of the leaves on some of these, so the ones that start to yellow, I will be taking those inside and making sauerkraut. This is my burgundy okra, and here is my Clemson spineless okra, and they're doing very well. Also, I'm probably going to put some more dirt around the base of them just to prop them up a little bit until they get bigger. This is my Cherokee tan, and as you see here, it is starting to vine, and I'm going to try to train it to go back that way. That's why I did this with the landscape fabric here in my yard, so that my pumpkins and watermelon and that could actually just grow behind it. I need to clear off my landscape fabric because it has a lot of debris from storms and stuff. This is my New England sugar pie pumpkin, and it is starting to grow that way, so I'm going to have to move the vines that way. I've already done that with my winter luxury because it started vining first, and it's already started to go down that way. This one is my Long Island cheese pumpkin. It has not started vining yet, but it won't be long. And then this is my South Anna butternut squash, and there's another one there. Then right here I have tender sweet orange. It is an orange flesh watermelon, so I'm really excited about that one. The sugar baby watermelon is looking good. Then this one is my honey rock cantaloupe. If you guys saw my last video, I did talk about how this one and my sugar baby, those both had been damaged, but they're looking really good now. This one is my Charleston Gray. And then over here is my Blacktail Mountain watermelon. Then over here you see this is my squash, and down inside there I have some female blossoms. I have quite a few. These that are blossoming right now are male blossoms. The female blossoms and the male blossoms have to open at the same time in order for them to be pollinated, so I'm hoping that happens. This is my other squash plant. Then I have here, I have zucchini, a green zucchini here and here. And then here I have 8-ball zucchini, and I have another 8-ball zucchini. Then over here I have a watermelon, and I can't even remember which watermelon that one is. So I think that it's one of the ones from Haas Tools, but I can't remember. So I'll have to look back at my records. Over here I have the Clemson sweet watermelon, and then right here I have Kabocha Squash, which is like a Japanese, it's a green squash that's like a pumpkin, and people use it in making pumpkin pies. It is very well known for using in pies. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to see the difference between the New England sugar pie pumpkin, the winter luxury, and the Kabocha squash. I'm going to try to do an experiment with that this year. Okay, right here is where I planted my corn, and as you can see, there are some that are definitely taller than others. These right here, I actually planted them, and these over in this area, I planted them afterwards because what I had was my dad was telling me that it was probably crows, because I was seeing signs of them, the stalks being pulled up and just laying there on the ground, and there was no kernel underneath it. And my dad was saying that he's seen multiple times where crows do that. They will pull it up, they'll eat the corn kernel and leave the seedling laying. So I did replant some of that. So some of them will probably be maturing earlier than others. I've had a wardrobe change and been out and about, so I wasn't sure if I was going to get everything videoed or not. And there are a few things that I did have to come back and video later, but I wanted you guys to see all that I had going on. So thank you guys so much again for spending time with me today, and we'll see you soon.